How's it going, everyone? Aaron with Siegfried's Motorworks here today, taking you on this 2008 Yamaha Zuma 50cc two-stroke that we have in stock right now. This one is absolutely gorgeous, probably one of the nicest Zumas we've had in stock for a long while here. Just over 400 miles on the clock, a bunch of stuff done to it. I'm just going to point it out, the aesthetic stuff, so you can see it here. It does have an NCY exhaust, and it also has a Bugeye Jiffy stand. Yeah, so at any rate, let's get this one fired up and take you guys on a nice little test ride here. Okay. This 2008 Yamaha Zuma is a two-stroke scooter. If you know anything about Siegfried's Motorworks, you know that we love the Yamaha Zuma, especially the 02 to 2011 models, because of the MINTTT horizontal two-stroke motor that comes in these. When you're talking about Zumas, a couple of quick facts while we get out the driveway here. These have a 1.5 gallon fuel tank, a seat height of 30.1 inches. They make a whopping 3.21 horsepower, and they have 2.7 foot-pounds of torque. Back in 2008, this scooter was ranked #1 of 85 scooters in the 50cc class. Again, #1. This was the best scooter, as far as motorcycle news is concerned, in the 50cc class. Very windy out here today, so might be picking some of that up. Sorry for any wind noise that we're getting on this one. When you're dealing with the Zuma, these are a 50cc scooter, but when you're talking about 50cc's, one of the big things that people don't realize is there's a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke version of 50cc scooters. The 2-stroke version does have a whole lot more pep to it. Gets up to speed a lot faster. Right now today I am coming in at over 200 pounds, 6'1", and in this cold, which 2-stroke scooters generally perform a little bit lesser in the cold, we're still clocking 35 miles an hour, and if we watch this, it's going to end up climbing into the 40 mile per hour range here, and that's no problem at all. As far as modifications to this one goes, everything done to it was done for longevity. That NCY pipe was added to it. It also does have Pulley jet kit. All the main jets are in there, and it was swapped out to allow it to run correctly. In addition to that, we do have an Athena CVT kit in it. That Athena CVT kit with the NCY pipe allows everything to work nicely, gives you that noise, and gives you a little bit of extra pep in its step. Another thing that this Zuma does have done to it is a set of Dr. Pulley Sliders. What those are going to do is they wear a lot nicer. You don't have to worry about roller weights wearing and then your performance diminishing as quickly. So as far as the Zuma goes, man, like I said, these are hands down one of my favorite scooters when you're talking about 50cc's. You can't beat them. The aftermarket support available for these things is unreal. Performance wise, it is a couple $100 away from this thing doing well over 65 miles per hour. Again, as far as comfort goes, there's a couple things on these Zumas. I'll put a link up here to a video that we just did to the best modification for Zumas. The floorboard is the biggest downfall of these things, and it's why without the mod that I show in this video, it's just a set of highway pegs, I don't find these scooters that comfortable to ride for long periods of time. As far as for what I typically use my 50cc scooter for, to run into town or run and quick grab something from the store, they're fine. But for any kind of longer riding, you generally tend to slide front just with the seat of the Zuma. I mean, right there, I'm just barely putting weight on it, and I am sliding front. So bear that in mind. If you're taller riders, this area can be a little troublesome, but it could easily be fixed for around $65 in basic hand tools. As far as dealing with this Zuma specifically, like I said, on just over 450 miles on it right now. We're not going to be riding this one. We're going to be parking it so that way the miles don't go up. You're going to be hard pressed to find a bugeye Zuma in the 2-stroke version I'm sure you can find 4-strokes out there today with low miles like this, but really, if you're looking for a Zuma, don't make the mistake. Buy a 2-stroke. Don't buy the 4-stroke. The 4-stroke Zumas, while they have the look and they have the suspension, they lack in the performance area because of that 4-stroke motor. Now, a 4-stroke motor is a little bit easier to maintain. It's identical to a car. Where with this 2-stroke, you're adding oil not constantly, you're adding oil every other fill up at the very minimum, and the motor's burning it as it's going down the road, as opposed to a 4-stroke motor. So some people say maintenance on a 2-stroke's a little bit less. Realistically, it's the same thing. You're just doing it more frequently. In addition to that, one of the things people don't like with 2-strokes is the exhaust. Again, this one does have an NCY pipe on it. We do have a low mile stock exhaust that we can put on in place if you're not looking for the noise. And the other thing to be aware of with the 2-stroke scooter is you are going to have some smoke coming out of it. If you're properly mixing your fuel, or you're allowing the injection system to do its job, you're really not going to notice the smoke. It's not going to be like pouring out, and it's not going to be pouring out to the point where you can't see behind you, but you are going to have a little bit of smoke. And also too, with the 2-stroke, you are going to have a little bit of that 2-stroke smell. One thing with the Zuma is that's nice that a lot of 50cc scooters don't have is your front braking system is a rotor and a caliper. Your rear is still conventional style drum brake. So just bear that in mind. These do have a little bit more stopping power than your average 50cc scooter. But again, if you're in the market for a 50cc scooter, you will not be disappointed with the options available to the bugeye Zuma. The one thing I recommend with these and why I like them is, instead of having to, if you buy a 4-stroke scooter, there's not a whole lot you can do as far as turning it up and getting a little more miles per hour out of it. With the 2-stroke, again, you're a couple $100 away from making this thing do 65 miles an hour, if not even more. Obviously, more speed equals more money, so you have to kind of bear that in mind. But 50cc scooters, no license needed. There's no better scooter on the pre-owned market than a Yamaha Zuma 50cc 2-stroke. Alright everybody, if you made it this far with me, thank you so much for going on that ride. Let me know what you think of this beautiful 2-stroke Yamaha Zuma. As always, if you can, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything going on here at Siegfried's Motorworks, and as always, have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next video.